Peace be upon you, and God's mercy and blessings. Most people have heard whispers of a place where the sea turns traitor, a vast, restless expanse that claims ships and planes with a hunger no one can explain. It's a name that echoes through time, the Bermuda Triangle, known to some as the Devil's Triangle. Nestled in the western Atlantic, this region has become a legend, a puzzle, a shadow that haunts the edges of our maps. But what's really hiding there? Is it a natural oddity, a gateway to the unknown, or something far stranger? Welcome, I am Jess, and in this episode of Around the World, we'll plunge into the heart of the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell. You'll want to catch every moment of this journey. Let's begin. The Bermuda Triangle isn't a place you can pin down with perfect precision. Its boundaries stretch between Miami and Florida, the island of Bermuda, and San Juan in Puerto Rico, forming a triangle that covers anywhere from 500,000 to 1.5 million square kilometers, depending on who's telling the tale. That's a colossal patch of ocean, larger than some nations, spanning the warm waters of the Gulf Stream and the deep trenches of the Atlantic. For centuries, it's been a crossroads for explorers, traders, and adventurers. Yet it's also a graveyard, a place where more than 50 ships and 20 planes have vanished, often without a whisper of warning. The Japanese have their Devil's Sea. We have this, the Bermuda Triangle, the Atlantic's own enigma. What makes it tick? Let's dive into its strangest stories. The Bermuda Triangle's tale begins long before it had a name. Picture Christopher Columbus in 1492, steering his ships through these waters on his way to destiny. In his log, he scribbled about a compass gone wild, spinning without reason, and a glowing light, a candle flame, he said, that danced on the horizon before vanishing. He sailed on, but the seed of mystery was planted. By the 19th century, the disappearances grew bolder. In 1840, the French ship Rosalie was found drifting near the Bahamas, sails up, cargo intact, but not a soul on board. A ghost ship, they called it, eerily similar to the Mary Celeste decades later, found abandoned just beyond the Triangle's edge in 1872. But it was the 20th century that turned the Triangle into a legend. On December 5th, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy Avenger bombers, Flight 19, lifted off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 14 men, trained pilots among them, flew into a clear afternoon for a routine exercise. They never came back. Their radios crackled with panic. "We can't find West. Everything is strange. The ocean looks wrong." Then nothing. A rescue plane, a mariner with 13 crew went after them, and it too vanished, reportedly exploding mid-air. 6 aircraft, 27 lives gone without a trace. The Navy scoured the sea for weeks, finding only questions. The vanishings didn't stop there. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a hulking Navy collier, left Barbados with 306 souls aboard. At 542 feet long, it was a titan of its time, carrying manganese ore through calm waters. No distress call, no wreckage, just silence. President Woodrow Wilson mourned, "Only God and the sea know what happened." Then, in 1963, the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a 524-foot tanker, disappeared near the Florida Keys with 39 crew. A few life jackets floated up, but the ship itself swallowed whole. These aren't rickety boats or novice pilots. These were giants of their day, equipped with the best tech, vanishing as if the sea snapped its fingers. Not everyone who crosses the Bermuda Triangle disappears. Some return with tales that defy belief. Fishermen from the Caribbean speak of weather flipping in an instant, clear skies swallowed by storms, waves rising from nowhere. In 1970, pilot Bruce Gernon flew from Andros to Miami and hit a bizarre cloud tunnel. His instruments failed, his compass spun, and he emerged 100 miles ahead, 30 minutes missing from his clock. He called it a time warp. Others report ghost ships, hulks drifting with no crew, no lights, vanishing when approached. A sailor in 1968 swore he saw a glowing object rise from the water near Bimini, then streak into the sky. UFO or mirage? Stranger still are the time distortions. A yacht captain in 1981 claimed his crew lost 3 hours crossing the triangle, their watches frozen while the sun barely moved. Another pilot in 1993 said his flight felt endless, as if minutes stretched into hours, only to land and find he'd arrived early. Nonsense, you might say, until you realize these stories echo across decades, tied to a place where ships and planes vanish without a cry. What's going on? The Bermuda Triangle has spawned a storm of theories, from the grounded to the fantastical. Let's start with science. The Gulf Stream, a powerful current, races through here, whipping up rogue waves, walls of water up to 100 feet high that could crush a ship in seconds. Methane hydrates, gas pockets under the seabed might erupt, turning the water frothy and sinking vessels like stones. Planes could crash if the gas ignites aloft. Weather's a suspect too. Sudden squalls and waterspouts can strike without warning. And the triangle's unique spot where true north and magnetic north align scrambles compasses, leaving navigators lost. These make sense until you dig deeper. Flight 19 flew in clear skies. The Cyclops sailed on a peaceful day. No wreckage, no SOS. How does that fit? So, we step into stranger waters. Some say the triangle's a vile vortex, one of 12 spots on Earth where electromagnetic chaos reigns. Ivan T. Sanderson, a Scottish biologist, argued these zones, hot and cold currents clashing, disrupt tech and maybe even reality itself. Could they open doors to other dimensions? A black hole? Some whisper, sucking ships into oblivion. Others point to aliens, underwater bases snatching travelers. In 1978, a boat captain near Bermuda saw lights dance beneath the waves, then shoot skyward. Coincidence? Then there's Atlantis. Near Bimini, stone formations dubbed the Bimini Road spark talk of a lost civilization. Could ancient tech, buried deep, pulse with energy we can't grasp? Scoff if you like, but the triangle keeps defying logic. In 1881, the Ellen Austin found a derelict ship, sent a crew to claim it, then watched it vanish. They tried again. It vanished again. Explain that with waves. The Bermuda Triangle isn't just a mystery. It's a thief. The Carol A. Deering in 1921, run aground with no crew, a meal uneaten. The DC-3 in 1948, 32 passengers erased mid-flight. Amelia Earhart's 1937 vanish near Howland Island, outside the triangle, but close enough to fuel whispers. Each loss leaves a scar, families waiting for answers the sea won't give. In 1980, the Derbyshire, a British cargo giant, sank off Japan, but its sister ships met similar fates here. The triangle doesn't discriminate. It takes all, leaving nothing. People have tried to pierce the triangle's veil. In 1977, a team hunted Flight 19's wreckage with sonar, found nothing. In 2005, divers explored Bimini's stones, debating Atlantis. Wreckage turns up sometimes. the Cyclops' sister ships, bits of the Sulphur Queen. But the big questions linger. The U.S. Coast Guard shrugs. It's just nature. Yet incidents persist. In 2015, the SS El Faro sank near the Triangle's edge, killing 33. Weather, they said, but the timing chills. The Triangle watches, silent, its secrets intact. So, what's hiding in the Bermuda Triangle? A natural trap? A cosmic quirk? An ancient echo? Today, tech like GPS cuts the vanishings, but the legend endures. Draw a line from its heart westward. It brushes the Dragon's Triangle. Are they linked? Twin mysteries of the deep? I want your take. What's the truth? Write it below. If this journey gripped you, like it, share it, and subscribe. What's next? Atlantis, the Mariana Trench? Tell me. Until then, peace be upon you, and may your path steer clear of the devil's grasp. See you soon. I almost forgot. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you liked the video. Wait for us in the next videos. Bye.